Hi everyone, this time I will show you how to program a different engine sound into the dyno bench in the ES-One. And luckily I got another one, and that's this one. So I'm gonna plug the 3-wire cable into the USB stick, then we're gonna plug it into the laptop. I will close up with the camera to see what we're doing. You can see here that the software detected already the ES-One. I'm just gonna widen the screen a little. And you can see here it already has 2 engine sounds programmed in there. Let's say we want to change that for another sound. You can go to the store, and there you can download all the engine files they have, and there are a lot of them. As you can see, there are many pages and many different engine sounds, as well different cars, different sounds as well, like brakes and turbos, but also for boats and aircrafts I see on top of it. But of course we're going to the touring car section. So here are all these files you can download. I downloaded them already, and then you will get a list like this. So here are all the engine files. I downloaded it, and let's say we want to program a different sound, like Pacific. Then we press install. Let's say we choose sound number 1, we want to change. Now it's writing the file to the ES-One. And then I will show you within that file you can change for your setup for your car, or for whatever you want to use it. Because if you use it for a dyno, it's different, of course, because you don't want to have brake sounds and things like that. So you can turn that off. I will show you when the writing is done. Yeah, it's done. So we're going to close this one up. And here is the Honda Civic engine. Oh yeah, here we go. And these are the things you can modify. That's the engine. You can leave the idle on or off, how long the delay should be, of course the limiter and when it will kick in, the engine response, and the shifting on or off. And in the dyno bench I have it on, of course. Here you will see that you can turn on or off the brakes, like disabled or enabled, turbo sounds, turbo effect, and even for the auxiliary cable, the yellow one probably will be reacting to this one, to the horn. But of course we stay with the engine, and here it is. So you can modify your car, your setup. So I'm gonna take this one out and show you how it's done with the dyno bench. So I'm going to move the camera a little bit. Here we go. Here's that little switch I made. We have to flip that one over. Ooh. Then we can take this cable out. The extra cable, you know, I made. You put it in the laptop and then we'll see our ES-One from the dyno bench. And here are the two already programmed engine sounds, but we want to change that for the sound of the Ferrari F40. Not every car is in the list from RC Plus, you know, like every sound of every car. It will be thousands, I think, of sounds. But of course they still have a lot of them, and I always choose one that comes to the closest to the car. And sometimes they have the right file for the right car. But if I have to choose, I listen first on YouTube to the real race car, to that sound, and I try to find the file that's closest to that sound. So for the Ferrari F40 I chose this file, LO3 Veneno. So we're going to program the dyno bench to that sound. So I go to my downloaded files, I look it up, and here it is, LO3 Veneno. I say install. If I want to change sound number 1, I say OK. So it's writing the file to the dyno bench, to the ES-One. And the switch I flipped over is this little switch, which will connect the signal cable from the ES-One, that's the white cable, the signal cable is always white, directly to that extra cable I made that goes into the USB into the laptop. So it's directly connected to the ES-One. The signal wire from the throttle and the ESC are disconnected at this moment, because otherwise they will interfere with the connection the ES-One needs to have with the software of the computer. So this file is done. So I'm going to show you what we have. Here we have it. Just going to open this one up. So you will see what I changed in this audio file. Not much actually, but I put the shifting on because on the dyno, and this one I changed this value to 4 seconds, because otherwise, you know, the limiter will hit just after 1 second, but sometimes for measuring the speed we need a little bit more time, so that's why, you know, I extended it to 4 seconds. And this one is unchanged, I believe. The brakes are off, as you can see, disabled. The turbo effects, well, you don't really want to have them, so I turned them off. And the custom, like a horn, is of course also off. So these are the things. So I'm going to disconnect the bench from the computer. I'll show you what I do. So I disconnected it, pushed the cable back inside. Of course, flip the switch back so all the components inside, like the throttle signal generator inside, the ESC and the ES-One are all connected. Of course, we're gonna do a test how it sounds and if it really works. Maybe I have to change the sound to the other sound, you know, because we have two sounds in here, so I don't know on which position it is already, but we're going to check that one out. So we're going to start the car and we'll listen. That's a different car. That's an American V8. So we're going to change the sound by holding or pressing the minus button and hold it till it says beep. That's more Ferrari like. So here we go. We'll do it. Let's do a little dyno run for the top speed. Here we go. Warm it up a little. Here we go, a top speed of 34 kilometers per hour. Well, that works. So if you want to change it to another car, you also want to test, you can change it by pressing and holding the minus button, like this. So that's an American V8, right?